Mermaid in a teacup. My name is Hattie Cooper, and I found a mermaid. I found a real live mermaid that is only 6 inches long. I am telling the truth. There are others who are not telling the truth. Tessa and Tori have been misinformed and hoodwinked and bamboozled. They said that the mermaid was nothing more than a silly toy that was ever alive. They said mermaid can't possibly be real. That's how I know they've been misinformed and hoodwinked and bamboozled. I have proof that mermaids are real. The proof is in my diary. I am going to tell you to let you read the exactly as I wrote it 3 weeks ago when I found the very real mermaid. I am only going to show you the parts of my diary that are all about the mermaid. I won't let you read about what happened when Tori got scared at the movie. It'd been unfair to tell about how she jumped out of her seat and showed 3 rows of people with popcorns. And I definitely am not going to let you read about super equestrian Tejas the time he slipped in the mud trying to climb on a pony at the fair is his own business. So don't think that I'm leaving out something about my very best friend just because I skip off stuff. The proof. Diary Day 93. Tejas and Tori are coming over today for our third annual back to school picnic. Hey, they are here. I write longer later. You Diary Day 93 continue later. You will never in a billion years guess that what happens. I found a mermaid. She is the coolest little thing you have ever seen. She's only about 6 inches long, and it's a real live mermaid. I dressed her in some barber clothes. They fit her perfectly. She didn't need any jeans or anything. Right now, She's sitting in a teacup filled with water on my bedside table, watching me writing. Wait a minute. I'm getting too far ahead. The worst thing started when teachers and Tori came to get me for the picnic ever since we were in the first grade. We have a picnic on the first weekend after school starts. Now we're third grade, and this time we're going to actually go somewhere besides my backyard. This year we were supposed to go to River Park. My dad was going to take us, but he got stuck in a meeting or whatever. None of us wanted to eat to None of us wanted to eat our picnic in my backyard. That is so second rate now. The good thing about my yard is that it back up to the better dairy farm. They have hundreds of eggs of the cow to graze on. At the edge of their pasture is a monster barrier called Crying Rocks. They call it Crying Rock because water slips down from the mountain and drip over the rocks. It makes the rocks look like it is crying. We decide to have our annual picnic at Crying Rock. I'm allowed to go through the path as long as no cow are in the fields. There weren't any cows out today, so the rocks sounded like the perfect place of our picnic. We ran all the way to Crying Rocks because we didn't want the cow to get out before we made it. We would have to turn back. We got the giggles, which didn't help at all. It's true. Even though I knew the rules, Tori was worried that we were going to get in trouble. She just wanted to eat and go home. Teacher always did what Tori wants. So we ate our sandwich really fast. I probably wouldn't have found the mermaid at all if Tori has nodded. There were Merciless was missing. She wanted to go back the way we came to see if she had Drop it. Teachers always go wherever Tori goes. The two of them climbed down off the rocks and ran back across the field. While they were gone, I decided to climb higher on the rock to see if I could see them. I climbed and climbed. There were almost a path that led up around the crying part of the rocks. When I got nearer to the top, I stopped and looked down off the side. I could see Tori and her saddle. Terry walked toward the trees. I was just starting down when I hear a voice coming from above me. I listened carefully. I couldn't understand the words, but the sound like someone was singing. It was really pretty. There were little notches in the face of the rocks, and I started to climb. It wasn't easy, but going up is always easy. Then coming down, the singing was louder now, and I couldn't tell that it was coming from the ledge just above my head. I pulled myself up and over the top. The ledge of cover in a mostly cane pit in the middle of the ledge was a small pool of sparkling clean water. The climb of the rocks and the salty chips I had eaten earlier made me thirsty. I crawled over to the pool on my hands and knees, bent over and took a big splint. I had just laid down to take another drink when I saw an older reflection in the water. I thought it was a frog, and I almost screamed. My heart is my throat. I look and then look again. It wasn't a frog. It was a tiny mermaid sitting half in the water, leaning over a rock with her back toward me. She had her head in her hands, and she was singing softly. She had red hair, kind of like mine. I didn't say a word. I just stood there, leaning out over the water. My nose couldn't have been more than 12 inches from her back. I don't know why I didn't it, but I just reached over and carefully scooped her up with my hands. She stared up at me in surprise at first, then appeared to be curious about me as I was about her. I pulled back from the water, sat back on my heels, and looked at what I had in my hands. She looked back at me, then her eyes kind of went blank close, and her body was snap in my hands.